As you walked down the stairs to the oil tunnels here, you passed a space where Fort Hill once stood. The name remains, but the hill was blown apart during the bombing. Now, to put you in the 1942 frame of mind, it's important to understand that Japan's attack on February 19 was all a part of a strategy. They wanted to punch Darwin out of use in World War II. The Japanese hoped to stop Darwin being used as an airfield and a port to attack Japanese airfields in the north. Oil was a critical part of this plan. In the harbour ahead of you, ships desperately needed it for fuel. Picture this. Out of the blue, enemy bombs are dropping left, right and centre, and your comrades are flailing in the water. Your ship is desperately circling the harbour, trying to rescue anyone it can, but it's limited by how much fuel it has. Surviving veteran Eric Thompson was a gunner on HMAS Deloraine, not far from where you stand now. He recalls these desperate moments.
So when I got back on board ship, we just carried on with the recovery of survivors, but we were very short of fuel, having come in from patrol, and we were trying to find where we could get some fuel, but the oil jetty was shattered, of course, where the Neptuna blew up.
Japan was ruthless in destroying everything Darwin needed to defend itself. Even the hospital was later attacked.
There were three things that the Japanese mainly want to target. The shipping in the harbour. If you can sink especially things like tankers and freighters, then you can immobilise the effort to arm people and send them north. The fuel that was available to ships, no fuel, no fly. And so the oil tanks dotted around the harbour were primary targets. And lastly, the infrastructure. So that's the runways, the buildings. If people don't have buildings to do their admin work, to sleep in, then they simply can't get their act together to fight.
Military historian Tom Lewis. The original oil tanks were big circular tanks on the harbour's edge, and they were easily spotted from the air. So after the bombing, the armed forces built the tunnels you're looking at now.
The idea was that we were getting pounded so heavily by the Japanese in 42, 43, that rather than have your oil fuel in large, round, circular tanks, which make a good target from the air, these tunnels were dug, and the idea was to put fuel oil into those.
The tanks were not all destroyed, but significant damage was done during the bombing, putting a dent in the strength of Australia's frontline.